People pleasers aren't so pleasing. I stand in front of you today with years of experience on trying to please other people. I am a real life expert in allowing people a lot of space in my head to really overthink things, to procrastinate and become very indecisive. You know those thoughts where you would love to just ask those questions, but you're afraid what other people might say? They might think you're crazy or mad or a bit silly. Or you know those thoughts where you really would love to speak your truth, but you know it might ruffle a few feathers. So you think, I'll just keep the peace. I'll keep everybody happy and please everybody else. Or those thoughts where you really want to speak your truth, but you know it's going to hurt someone, so you don't. You pull back. Are those really exhausting thoughts that you have to think twice as hard? Because it's not just you up in your head. It's your auntie, your uncle, your cousin, your nephew, and your granny's cat. Just helping you decide, would I, should I, could I, can't I? I definitely have had years on pleasing other people to the detriment of myself. And I want to share one story with you when I was a very, very young child. And I think it's because we learn most of these traits from a very young age. I was 4. I was in primary 1. And it was a day we had PE, and I'd forgot my PE gear. And the teacher says, okay, class, let's get ready for PE. Already I was starting to panic in fear of, I'm going to get in trouble. She's going to be cross with me. I'm going to get told off. But I said, I forgot my PE gear. Before I go any further, in case anybody can work this out, I loved my primary 1 teacher. She said, that's okay, Jill. Just take your uniform off and do your PE in your pants and vest. I came from a class of boys and girls. I wanted to die. I walked from the class the whole way through the school in my pants and vest to the gym. I did my PE in my pants and vest, and I walked the whole way back to the class again, right throughout this building of the school in my pants and vest. Never once did I say, I don't want to do that. I'm terrified. Please don't make me do that. You see, I thought teachers knew best. And you don't say no to teachers. You might get in trouble. So I was a good little girl. I did what I was told. And it was not pleasing to me at all. Now, the good thing is, I've spent years and years researching and studying and learning ways to take care of me, to follow my heart and my gut. And you really can take care of yourself when you know how. I believe everybody is a people pleaser at one point in their life or another. And what I mean by that is I feel that most of us pull back from ourselves, our genuine, authentic self, our honest self at times, just to please other people, just to do what other people want from us or what they expect from us. So we lose a wee bit of ourselves in doing so. You know, like the examples I just gave you, afraid to upset anybody, keep the peace, especially in your home or in your place of work. I'll just keep everybody happy. But it's not the truth. Or sometimes we oversell ourselves, where you say something like, I'll be there at that time, knowing fine rightly you won't. Or you'll say, I'll have that done exactly how you want it at that deadline, knowing you won't. You see, it's just because we've been practicing saying what we think other people want to hear and not the truth. And don't we all just want to be genuine and real and hear the truth? You see, when we're not being authentically real and speaking our honest truth, nobody wins. And from a very young age, when we came into this world, I believe we were free. We were free to be whatever we wanted. Hungry, happy, sleepy, tired, any one of the 7 dwarfs. And it was all because you had the privilege of somebody loving and caring and nurturing you. But somewhere on that journey, in those early development years, just through the way we engaged and we interacted with other people, the way we observed what other people were doing and how we experienced things, even when you came from the most loving home, you learnt lots of things that went into your mind that conditioned us and programmed us. And some of those conditions would feel and sound like, oh, I must be pleasing to other people in order to feel worthy. Oh, I must be pleasing to other people to be recognized. I must please other people to fit in. Or I must please other people to feel normal. And then we go about our business of learning how to please other people. And we get pretty good at it. We please our parents, our siblings, our teachers, our classmates, our bosses, our colleagues, our friends, our husbands and our wives and our children. And the latest one of all, we please those social media platforms. Even at times when we are not authentically being ourselves, we're not being truthful and honest, and we're just holding back a bit from ourselves. You see, it's because we've formed this part of our personality based on unconsciously, we didn't even know we were doing it, learning to please and focus other people, to see what they wanted, what they expected from us. And we had this unconscious hunger, again, didn't even know we were doing it, where you were then wanting other people to fuel you. You needed somebody else to say you're doing a good job, somebody else to recognize you, give you that pat on the back to say, well done you. And when you don't get that, and there's times you don't, you feel upset, hurt, sad, uptight, sometimes stressed and overwhelmed. You feel unworthy. All because we allowed someone else to control our narrative. And whoever controls your narrative controls your life. Now the good news is, you absolutely can change it, because the more you become aware, the more you realize these programs and conditions are happening, the more you can course correct. And the more you course correct, you realize, I could recognize myself. I could be the one that appreciates me. Now, don't get me wrong, I know that it's wonderful to support people, recognize them, appreciate them, and it's lovely getting that from others. But when you realize you could be the number one person that can fuel yourself, you realize that we're just more like Dorothy out of The Wizard of Oz after all. We had the power within us all along. And some of us maybe even have experienced times where you think to yourself, how did I end up here? How is this my life? This isn't how I expected things to be. Where you looked at certain areas of your life and you think, that's just not what I wanted. It might be your marriage, relationships, your job, your career, your boss, your bank balance, your physical health, your weight, your experiences, your qualifications, or lack of them. Either way, you just weren't happy with where you've ended up. But understanding that all along it was just because you've been practicing for years and years of trying to please other people. Now, I myself, as a recovering people pleaser who keeps falling off the bandwagon, getting back on, falling off the bandwagon, I'm always learning ways to better myself and take care of myself. One of the lessons I'm working on right now is no is a full sentence. And when you understand that no is a full sentence, you can appreciate that word no. You can allow that word no, and we must allow that word no and respect that word no. And not just for ourselves, for other people, so that other people can be free to be who they want to be themselves, to follow their dreams. Because we're the dreamers. We're the ones that hold the vision for our future. We create our own life. And we create our own life based on what we think, what we feel, and what we do. Other people don't know your dreams. They don't know your purpose. They have no idea what you're destined on this planet to do. So holding that power and holding that vision for yourself is so important. Knowing that you are the important one here and taking back your power. We're all just people pleasers. And I'm sure you all know people who've done exactly what they're supposed to be doing. And I've done at times in my life exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. I remember those times very, very clearly. Is whenever I was a mother and when I became self-employed, when I became my own boss. And those times when you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing, when you're not pleasing other people and you're just thinking for yourself, feel free. They feel exactly what you're meant to be doing. They feel empowerment. And I know you know other people who have done exactly that. There is people that has paved the way for you and I to have a better quality of life. And those people are like Abraham Lincoln. They're like Rosa Parks, Edison, and that young girl, Malala. Those people were brave. People who stood on this red dot and were brave to do what they had to do to serve their purpose, even when everyone else disagreed with them, even when people said, you can't do that, you're mad, they still did it. And their actions and their choices went out into the world and impacted the world so powerfully and wonderfully. And I truly believe how to thank those people is to pay it forward. And I think how you can pay it forward is really simple. Just be you. Be the real you, the authentic real you. Not the you think I want you to be. And not the you think your parents, your husband, your wife, your children want you or need you to be. Just be you. Because that's success. And success means so many things to so many other people. But to me, the ultimate success is waking up in the morning with a smile on your face, in a good mood. It's waking up or going to bed at night with a smile on your face and in a good mood. And I'll leave you with this. Life stands still for no one. We're always going to be constantly moving and weaving from one experience to the next, deciding, will I make this step? Will I take this action? Will I, won't I, could I, should I, would I? It goes on and on. I'll say this. The next time you go to make a decision, practice to pause and breathe. Connect with yourself. Remember who you are. Remind yourself of the things you love, what matters most to you, what lights you up. Because that light inside you, that light makes you feel so valued, so important, and it will ripple out across the world for everyone to benefit. And if you go to take that next step, that next decision, and you ask yourself, is this next step going to be at the expense of losing myself a little bit? And if it isn't, rock on. Do what you have to do. But if it is, pause and remember, no is a full sentence. Thank you.